I'm really excited to have you all here today. So I want to jump right into it. Donna, let me ask you the first question is, you've been promoting work-life integration for years, and you and your team have worked remotely. So what's different for you now?
That's, it's a great question. And, I mentioned how I'm a recovered micromanager. And the truth is, when I started my business 25 years ago, my children were 10 and 7. And mostly my number one was I wanted to be a mom who was present for her kids. And so I set out to create a business that would fund my life. So I kind of worked from the end forward. Um, and I think that the truth is, what I've always known for sure is that when you are flexible with your people are flexible with you. So to me, work-life integration is a great strategy to build culture and to build teams that become exceptional performers. So we what's I've said several times lately that it's like everything is the same, but everything is different. So I've always run a virtual team. I mean, I have a few people in the office and I have a lot of people virtually. But what I find is very different now is there is, I don't know that you can communicate too much at this point. I think every person on your team needs something different. And as leaders, it's incumbent upon us to really pay attention to the individual needs of every team member. Some people are far more okay than others. So we are having more Zoom and virtual meetings, which, as the business owner and as somebody who is, very big on ROI and cost accounting, it's like all those meetings, it's like, but it's an investment and we have to do it. I have to keep everybody healthy. So I believe that in this environment, communication has always been important. What I'm trying to do is to be goal oriented with my team as opposed to task oriented, letting them decide what the steps are to get to the goal. I think that comes under the realm of part of my culture is having everyone co-create solutions. And so you need that communication time, you need that brainstorming time, you need that collaboration time. And for somebody who's kind of bottom line driven, that doesn't always feel productive. And I guess that's the main point I really want to make here is we have to communicate. We have to understand that that may not always feel productive, but it's really important. We have to find those moments to hear what the person on your team or the person reporting to you really wants to say, because when we're constantly pushing forward, it may not necessarily be the safe space to say what they're really feeling. So for me, that communication is key. And then the other piece of it is, what is the technology that supports the communication? And C3 as an organization, that's what we do, is we help people set up those systems. So whether it's getting on video calls, whether it's deciding what project management software you should use, because that's another form of communication, or whether it's, are you using Slack? Are you using Teams? How are you connecting in between those meetings? I mean, I know it sounds like a lot of communication, and it is, but to me, that's the glue that I believe is holding us all together right now with this kind of one-dimensional, we've got all this video, and the other thing is, pick up the phone, old school a little bit. So that's kind of what I'm seeing from where I sit. I don't know, what our other panelists would have to say in that regard.